Hey everyone, I'm Tamara Krinsky with the Red Carpet Report. We're here tonight at the 40th Saturn Awards, which honor the best in science fiction, fantasy, and horror. I'm a huge fan of this genre. Can't wait to see who we're going to talk to. Hello, hello. So introduce yourself. We have a lot of fans who are going to be watching this and interested to see why you're doing here tonight.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm doing great. Yeah, I'm sorry, what was...
You are nominated tonight, correct?
Well, yes, I think the film is nominated, you know.
So that means you're nominated. They can't do what they did with the Blu-ray release without you, correct?
I like that way your train of thought. Yes, I think that, one of my great satisfactions about doing a Halloween, and movies in general, is the fact that if you are fortunate to work on a good project with good people who are dedicated to doing it properly, the film can stay around and be enjoyed by not just the audience of the 2 or 3 weeks that it's released, but here we are 35 years later, recognizing the longevity of the story and the storytelling and how it's reached an audience over so long a time.
What's it like to go back and revisit something so many years after the original? Do you have the type of personality where you're like, yes, we nailed it, or you're like, oh, I need to fix that?
I think there's always a few films that you look and say, oh my God, why did I ever do that? Why did we ever do that? Why did they ever do that? But there are some films, Halloween being one of them, that you look at it and say, we did actually for the time, the budget, the circumstances and everything, we actually did pretty well. And I think the fact that we were given the creative freedom by Mustafa Akkad and everybody involved speaks to the trust that the blind faith that he was putting in us, but also the sense of responsibility we had, and the sense of pleasure at having the creative freedom to do the best we knew how.
For up-and-coming cinematographers who are interested in working in the horror genre, what 2 or 3 films do you recommend they take a look at for inspiration, other than, of course, Halloween?
Well, that's interesting. A lot of the recent films have started to rely on blood and shock, as opposed to sort of suspense and the psychological aspect. And I think that's one of the things that draws us in and scares us the most is the psychological involvement with the characters and so forth, as opposed to the shock value of the blood. So I can't think off the top of my head of a film, but I would point to those that are like that, And I know our inspiration, John's inspiration, was Hitchcock, and the fact that he did so much with psychology as opposed to, even though knives appear periodically. That was sort of the inspiration for us to try to get the audience, within their minds.
Well, speaking of suspense, there's a very scary gentleman looming over your shoulder, so I'm going to let you move along before he kind of freaks me out. Have a wonderful time tonight.
Thanks.
Thanks so much for watching the Red Carpet Report and our coverage of the Saturn Awards. If you like what you saw, hit like, and if you want to see more, hit subscribe. We'll see you next time.